You're posting valuable content on YouTube. You're putting in serious time, but the views are low, the leads are zero. And you're wondering what you're doing wrong. That's exactly where Chris was. He's the host of the Embracing Marketing Mistakes podcast. He told me he and his team are at least spending 7 hours per week. That's a huge cost with no return. I'll break down the hidden mistakes killing his growth on YouTube so you exactly know how to avoid the same traps. What I'm going to do is, first I'm going to talk a little bit about a few general things, but then we dive deeper into the numbers, like your numbers is it exactly, and how you can basically grow then your whole podcast show on your YouTube channel. So the real problem isn't obviously about the effort, because you've been posting a bunch of content. I don't know, like just this year, you're probably like, I don't know, you're probably like close to 100 episodes, I assume. I haven't counted it exactly. So it's not about putting more effort into it. I'm the opposite always about this. So I always tell our clients, we're here to basically, like, my favorite saying is just like work smarter, not harder. So we're trying to take you less from your plate, but getting more results out of everything you're putting in. So one thing I would really like to know, obviously, is like, how much time do you think you spend per episode? So you had to reach out to me. You spent time on the call. Then we had the podcast itself, prep. So that's at least from your side, at least 2 hours, if I'm not wrong. Would you say it's 2 hours?
Yeah, correct. I'd say probably a bit more than that. Probably 2.5 hours per episode.
Yeah, probably 2.5, maybe.
We have to identify guests. We have to identify guests, and then even before we outreach to them, we have to figure out who we want on the show. And Daniel's been doing a bit of that.
Yeah, and then obviously afterwards you have also the post production from your team, right? So with the editing, with the even with the promotional side, like sharing it everywhere, the clips. So what would you guess as well as there on the side? Probably another 3 hours.
That's a great question. Editing, if it's virtual like ours, I might have to ask them. It's probably about 3 hours, and then there's probably a little bit of marketing, so it's probably 4 hours an episode.
Yeah. So in total,
it's quite a lot of work.
Yeah, so you see, it's like you're at least like 6 to 7 hours in. So that's why I'm saying, like, especially like, you know, I'm just talking to business people like yourself. So the last thing I want people is that they become YouTubers. So like you need to run your business, you need to run your team and all these things. So this is very, very obviously important so that we can squeeze out more of this. So then as we talked in our episode, or like in our call before, so you said like you didn't really have like a real goal, I would say. So what would you say is like, because you said you don't have a real CTA, what would you think is the real goal of the whole show? Is it just like leads? Is it you getting more clients? Is it just to network? Is it just to get the name out? Or what would you say is the main goal?
On YouTube, I would think the main leads. Leads is what it's about. Leads and sales.
Leads and sales. Okay, very good. So obviously, one thing doesn't exclude the other thing, especially because podcasting is like, I think podcasting is, I'm going to show you. Podcasting is such a versatile thing. Actually, most people don't know about this. So I call it the podcast growth loop. So the most common one, obviously, is like you're having guest episodes. So it was like with me, you know, we're networking. If I would be a huge star, we would share now the audience, so you would grow, so you can, because like everyone is sharing, people see you with these people. But the thing though is obviously with guest episodes, like who are on your level or even above you, you have such a low conversion. So imagine like I would be Seth Godin on your show and then say, hey guys, Seth Godin had a great stuff to say. And if you want that we implement all these marketing things, click the link down below so I can implement this. Like that would be weird for you, the audience, for Seth Godin, and future guests like, you're just using my name to get more customers. Like, thanks. So that's why I said, obviously, everyone who has a podcast in the business, he needs to have solo episodes, because now you are the star of the show, because usually the guest is the star of the show. So, and now you actually start building the trust with the audience. And this is also, like, as I said, it's very good now for client acquisition, because now you can say, hey, okay, I'm going to do a deep dive on how to do this, or like a masterclass. And then it's like, okay, if you want this now implemented, like I gave you all the secrets, like jump on a call with us and we can see how we can do this with you. That's why I always say, like, every podcaster should have solo episodes. Like, if you want clients, obviously, if you Stephen Bullet.
It's
Yeah?
interesting you say that, David, because we've literally just done an AEO GEO event, which we had about 560 people at. It was massive. It's the biggest event we've ever done. It was it was a masterclass, and basically it was a webinar. So it's me and Will doing what you're doing now, which is presenting. And so what I've done is I've done a YouTube intro to it about what it means with all the graphics and stuff. It's literally being done in the corner at the moment, because what I wanted to do was use that video as a piece of content that we can serve to people that are interested in marketing, GEO and stuff like that, as what you've got here, which is a wheel. So as a call, and it is literally just me and Will in that episode. There's no guest. It's just us giving a masterclass. And I think I do think the quality of the content is really good. So that's what I'm literally hoping to get that episode. That will then become a podcast episode next week as well. It'll be an audio only but it's going to be a YouTube video, and I want to serve that I'm going to put some paid spend behind it to serve it to people that look like they've got the right intent, and then hopefully they'll A, watch the video, and B, click a link on it or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, the intent is perfect. Like, it's also, as you said, like, I'm gonna make a proper intro to it. Just one thing is like, as you like on YouTube, people are very, very like, you don't have a lot of time to convince people to stay on the video. So that's the only thing. So if there's a little bit like small talk, or like warming up, I would cut it from the webinar. But what you're thinking, doing an intro to it, perfect idea. Love it. So yeah, and then as you just said, like with these webinars, then you can like, hey, if you want to work with us, like click the link down below, because I just gave you everything. So that is the same thing you can use then for YouTube videos. It's the same thing. Another cool thing is actually what one of our clients are doing is past clients events. So he's doing like this. He's having for example, he's having like these masterminds, these mentorships programs, and after every program, he's inviting some of his clients in. And the cool thing, it's working now like a referral, because it's these people, they're going to share it like, cool, here, my mentee, my mentor invited me to this podcast. So they're sharing it to everyone. And now we can see in these episodes as well that the subscriber count is like very, very high, because it's like, it's already warmer. And then as well, like now if you think it's like, cool, if my friend who had like these same troubles went to his mentorship and he had such great, amazing results. Yeah, why not me? So yeah, these are quite good. And the other cool thing is, they're speaking also in the language of the client. So this is also good, because sometimes as experts, I sometimes start saying like, jargon like CTR, AVD. It's like, what the hell is that? Even my clients like don't understand, like future clients don't understand. And then something which is like the last underrated thing, I haven't seen this a lot, but it's having like future clients or potential clients on the show as well. You could do like maybe within like workshops, or just see like, hey, I'm just sitting down with lots of people in the marketing space who might need some help. So you're just starting basically building a relationship before the sale even happening. And the first thing, if they need help, the first person which is going to come to the mind is like then you know. But I haven't done this yet. I want to do this in the future, but I'm not a master yet. But I know you can definitely do this. Is it everything understandable, or is there any question about these 4 different formats?
No, sounds fine. I understand.
Awesome. All right. So then let's jump now into the numbers on your channel. So just for up, there are 4 main YouTube KPIs basically, because on YouTube everything is all about, they always think, is the viewer satisfied? And the way I would measure is are like these 4 metrics. So returning viewers, then we have the click-through rate, short CTR, average view duration, or like just retention, plus the hook, meaning the first 30 seconds, obviously, and the impressions. So returning viewers, I always say returning viewers is simple, like in a business, is like churn. So here are the real numbers of your channel. So you can, mostly on YouTube, you always speak it to a newer audience. So I would never say, hey guys, welcome back. And they're like 80% of the people who want to jump back on the videos, like, yeah, 80% they won't understand this. And then I have the real numbers, and what you can see is we having like casual viewers, which are like who watch more than 2 videos. So usually like something under 6 months are like 120, and regular viewers who watch more than 6 months are 14. So that's what, you need to work on the thing that to keep more people on the channel. This can be almost 3,000 can also be like, because you're doing shorts, and you said you're using a little bit of paid traffic as well on some episodes. So this can also be like a reason why there are so many so many new people as well. But yeah, so one thing is like, try to keep returning viewers in it. Try to see, maybe compare other month. This was now just from the October month, like basically 30 days back. And so if you would go back, say, oh, maybe it was something a different topic, or where did I lose people? So it's quite cool that you can see now who is a regular viewer, casual viewers, and new viewers on the channel. So let's talk about then CTR. So very importantly, like the click-through rate is, I always say YouTube is a click and watch platform, not just a content platform. Too many people are just throwing content out on YouTube, and it's like, okay, cool. People, please watch my content. But they don't know who you are, Chris. They don't know that you have been in business for so many years. They don't know what other work you've done, unless they might click on your thumbnail. So here's a cool graphic from Mario Yos. And he's a YouTube strategist who worked with Mr. Beast and many other big YouTubers, like more in the entertainment niche. But anyhow, I think it's quite interesting. So many people think like, here, it's just a title and thumbnail. This is like basically the only thing we are in control of. But many things are also influenced. Like, for example, the creator. So I mean, like, do people know me already? Because if people know you, you can see it also in your analytics. Returning views is much higher. The people who are clicking. How many views? I mean, like, social proof is like, if a video has millions of views, like, wow, this video must be good. Million people already watched it. The video age. So for example, if I say, hey, these are the marketing hacks and newest trends for 2024, and we're almost in 2026, not many people going to watch anymore. The length. So if I want to see a short hack, like how to edit maybe a video or something, and I'm not watching a 40-minute video on how to do a special thing on video editing, whatever. But if it's, for example, there's a marketing person who always said like, hey, here's a full masterclass for content marketing, and it's like 5 minutes, like, that's not it for me. So like all these things can always also play in the role. So, but what I said is like, obviously, the title and thumbnail and your numbers is around, so for the home page, like mostly home page, also subscription is like at 1.7. I would say a good benchmark is at 5, and for the suggested, so meaning always the videos on the side, is a 0.3, and there I would say a good benchmark is a 1%. So that's why I would suggest to play more around with the thumbnails. Like try also different styles. Try something I can say is like, it's a little bit like there's lots of branding going on, but on YouTube usually the branding doesn't win. It's usually just like the click who wins, you know. So I talked once to when I started on YouTube, he told me, it's like, don't focus on branding us until people really recognize you.
Okay.
So just to give you a number as well from our clients. So he had a solo episode. You can see like here on Browse, which is like the homepage.
Is this you or us?
No, this is from our client.
Okay.
He had a 7.5 on his last video and suggested it's like a 2.7. Like he has a loyal base, so that's quite good. And here was a guest episode with 4.4 on the homepage and the 3.5. So like the 3.5 and 2.7 is like very good, but also like the impressions are quite low. So as you can see, he's closer to the 5%. So this is something I would try, like go back and try to work on things, or like, try to play more around with these thumbnails, you know. So it's just so important, and so try different styles.
You don't think branded thumbnails are the way forward? It should be thumbnails that are the most shocking, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like think about the Diary of the CEO. I mean, he was branded because it was just like, so basically everything about the thumbnails, for example, is all about the psychology of just like keep it very simple. He just had this face, a black background, and then he had the text, and then just the red to grab attention, you know. The reason why he changed now with having both face, actually, not many people know that. I actually asked the guy his name is Jack, I think. He said I asked him, why are you having now both faces there? Isn't it like maybe like making it more crowded? And he's like, yeah. The problem is that too many people started copying our thumbnails, you know?
Right.
But I'm not saying you can't completely cut like the branding, you can still use your colors. For example, there's this YouTuber Jay Klaus, and he's always having like a bluish background, and like he built like a library. So this is like I would have like small thingies of branding. There's also Colleen and Samir, who are like in the creator space as well. They always have like a black and yellow, and if you see black and yellow, it's like it's Colleen and Samir. It's just their brand. So I would go less and. Yeah, and try different things. Try to go like test things, especially like just test things and see what is resonating, you know? And then see, was it the text or was it now the new style? Something like that. Any questions here? Yeah, and then I just did the numbers with your numbers. So that's why a CTI is so important. I took now the 1.7% on average you had on your channel and the 0.3. And here would be the difference. So it would be for 100 or like almost 200 views would be almost at 40. So you see, it's a 5x. People always think, it's just like 3.3%, but no, it's like a 4x in difference or 5x almost here. And same here, it's like from 50 to 4 and just here from 370 to 124. You see, like that's why the CTI is so important as well. That's why the difference is like such a huge scale. Everything understood so far, or do you want to comment anything?
Basically, play around with the thumbnails. I need thumbnail best practice. There must be a way of doing that. I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, like I can send you some thumbnails afterwards, like just like from the just go on some of the best, like biggest people, or like maybe something more medium where you see like wow, they're getting lots of views and. Because if they're too big, they still they can use their face for Stephen Bollett. Yeah. If he's even on the thumbnail, he's getting already lots of views, you know, though that's the difference between the small ones and the big ones. All right. The next thing I said about the retention. So let's start with the hook. The reason why you can also see on YouTube always says like, hey, it's like it's always showing you 39% of your viewers still watching around the 30% mark. So it's because YouTube says like in the first 30 seconds they can see if people like enjoying the video or not. And also it's because YouTube had like a small clickbait problem years ago. So now they see like because lots of people put babes on the thumbnail and then people click and say, hey, where are the babes? And so this is just. It's just so important, the hook. Also, the hook is always our biggest drop-off. Always. Like, for this specific video, which was on your channel, it's like, you see, it's like you're losing already 60% of the people in the first 30 seconds. I know, for podcasting, it's quite difficult to keep the people. Like, I understand, like, as I did myself, the hooks for podcasting, it's like, it's very tough to obviously keep it very, very short. I agree. But just to give you an idea, so imagine if the drop here would be at 66%, and then the retention is like usually like it's like a very, very basic principle I drew here, but then we would end already at like almost 35%. You know, so that's why it's like so important. To have like a very, very good hook. And I wouldn't say in general, try to aim for like a 60 till 70%. Here are like, this apparently was the best video regarding the hook. So I can show you in the analytics later where you can find this. So you could basically go back to some of the very good ones, see like, okay, what was it? Was it because maybe here Tom Goodwin said something so incredible? And you can also go into the bad ones and see like, okay, why was it just a 30%? Was it I was rambling too long, or what was it, you know? So these things are like I would do. So 60 till 70%, then you're already in a very, very good thing. I know like the very, very big ones, they can actually go up to 90%, which is like crazy good. My best one was a 768, I think, on the hook. So yeah, 90% is just crazy. You need the brand. Any question here, Chris? Everything clear so far?
No. So just to be clear, you think we should analyze these videos where we're doing quite well and look at the hook of what we had in, and then compare that with the ones that are really bad, where the lowest ones. Okay. Yeah.
There's something I can also say.
Is there no way you can? Obviously, it's all data, isn't it?
It's lots of
YouTube.
data.
Is there no way you can export the data and then shove it into AI and it tells you this clever stuff or not?
No, the hook, unfortunately not. This is something I always write down myself. Also, like the browse and CTR, the browse and suggested CTR is, I always need to go in the analytics as well, unfortunately. But I can show you basically what I do for our clients to get like, a general idea. And then you can do obviously lots of it there. Something I also just want to say about the hook. So for example, our clients have this as well. Most people say, it's like a podcast. I know there comes an intro, it's too long, I'm just skipping to the right part. I know it's a bad example, but you can see like a very small hump here. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's like now a bad example, but like our clients, they have really like it's going down. The hook is like at 50%, but suddenly it's coming up again. It's like almost at 60% because people are skipping because so this is something I would say as well. It's like I told our clients, hey, we need to cut this out because you can see people are skipping and then they want to jump straight forward to where the content starts. As we know, like people don't have time anymore these days, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk then about the retention. So AVD is like the average view duration. The reason why retention is obviously like from a business aspect, not just from a YouTuber aspect, like YouTube's like, hey, more people staying, this video is good. It's also like, no, I think business. The more time people spend with us, the more they trust us. This is actually coming back to Robin Dunbar. He has the 7-hour rule, and obviously more trust, more sales. So that's why also I will always say like, hey, try to go for like a good watch time. That's why also deep dives are good because the people who actually are super interested, they're going to watch the whole 30, 40, 50 minutes maybe if it's good, you know? So that's why I also love deep dives because, now imagine you get like 4 of those and they're already at 4. It's like, you know what? Let me watch the next video of Chris. I enjoyed the last ones. I know Chris almost, you know? That's why also with the 7 hours. If I see Alex Hormozi in Las Vegas on the strip, I'm going to see him from a mile away. While for him, I'm just a complete stranger. So that's also like this very interesting stuff about the trust. So here's what generally a good retention looks like. So obviously if you have why I'm always like saying also percentage and the video length is very important. So imagine you have a 31% on a 30-minute long video, which is quite okay. As you can see, it's like the medium. So you're already in the better half. But a 30% on a 3-minute video, that would be like 1 minute. So people leaving almost after the hook. So that would be obviously not good. So the shorter the video is as well, you can see the shorter the video is, the higher the retention should be as well. So for a podcast, as I said, like I would aim for a 30% as well. If you get in there, that's very, very good. I couldn't really find the general average view duration on your videos. It was tough to see. I would need to go in every video because it shows usually the ads plus the organic. So that's why it's a little difficult. But what you can also see is that the ads are usually always lower because like many people are skipping because it's like, I don't know if, I think display ads maybe in the corner. I'm not too sure, but it's like, ads and obviously organic are different, but you can see like in general, you would have here 10% and you can see here the drop on a ad compared to organic is also different as well. So I couldn't find really, but I would say like, if you want to see, I can also show you obviously on the studio, how to actually see, but try to analyze the latest videos and see, okay, how can we make it, maybe rearrange the questions. So like I always try to come with like the most outrageous questions first. And also like, as I said, small talk. People on YouTube have no patience at all. If you're putting small talk there, people are already gone. So just a few things. So sometimes it's just about rearranging the questions and sometimes just like cutting out maybe some stuff where we lose people.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about impressions. The reason why I put it at last actually is because we have the least control over it because we never know to who YouTube is showing it to us. But we kind of have control over it. So first of all, it also it always follows the indicators, as I said, the KPIs. So if lots of people watched and the hook is good and the overall retention, then you just say, okay, that must be a video people enjoy. Let's try to find more people who can enjoy it. But also we have the control is the topic, because imagine we're talking about something only 10 people in the world know or are interested in. YouTube can't find thousands of people. So that's why it's always about topics. Same, for example, we have our client who's a sales coach. If he's talking about CRM, like clients relationship management tool, you probably know what it is. It's more for the founders. It's more for the managers. It's like, it's the audience is much smaller. But now if you're talking about sales objection, which is like almost for every person out there who's having to do anything with sales, the size is much bigger. And something I found very interesting on your channel is here are the best, not by views. I just checked for impressions. Also, they did quite good for the views. So it was how Gap leveraged TikTok trends, how Sevens became the most brilliant marketing show, I forgot the name, and Sadie's raw awkward email fails meet John Wicks. Do you notice anything in these topics? Anything which is similar?
How?
No, I wouldn't. Not the how. It's more about the topic I was saying.
How Gap, Severance, both big TV shows, and Joe Wicks, a big celebrity. They've all got celebrity. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, so you see, like, I thought it very interesting. So what you could do is now take in all these things. You can now try to okay, how can we find like big brands and try to combine this to our knowledge? Something I will try as well. I know also, like, from a YouTuber perspective, when I was back on YouTube, when you try to say, like I did finance videos, for example, how Warren Buffett is predicting the next stuff, people getting lots of clicks because we're using now the brand's name, the brand's face. People know this already. So this is something good as well. What you also can do is, I had once a video where I talked about language learning, and I said, hey, forget Bubble, forget Duolingo. So something when you speak also against the market, but using something that people know. But yeah, so then you try to find these proven topics that work, but like with the high impressions, and then you try to double down on them, see what I can do different, how can I do, was it maybe the video style? And then something I can tell you as well, I also checked the bad performing ones. So something interesting I have to learn as well, like you talked about YouTube, LinkedIn, these ones are not performing so well. And it's funny, I learned as well, it's like very hard to find stuff on YouTube. Like if you try to find the YouTube channel from YouTube, impossible. Very funny. So I have to learn as well. I have to also change a little bit our messaging as well, where we not say like YouTube is like the focus. So we need to change it now a little bit. Now I have to figure it out. Maybe is it just general content marketing? I don't know yet. Maybe I just talk about marketing. So I have also to work on this as well to kind of cut my message through. And then, but something very important, like if you're going back now to the the topics. Where obviously the leads. Now, as I said, like your goal is leads and sales. So something I would definitely tell you is like, first of all, having one CTA. That's what we do. Obviously, if you have guests on the show, we always share the links. Obviously, just say, hey, it was nice to have him on the show. Obviously, we do that. But I mean, like, so we always have for our solo videos, it's like, okay, first sentence is like, because this is a sentence they can still see on YouTube even before they collapse the whole thingy. And then they see, okay, like, one CTA, and then just click here. We also use Dub because we can brand the links here instead of Bitly, because now it looks more trustworthy. David Luana. And then as you can see, it's like something we also do is like using UTM parameters. So we know, okay, because as you can see, it's like episode 35 here. So I know, okay, episode 35 got 80 views. Okay. But did I reach my goal? My goal is as well leads. Okay. How many people clicked? Now I can make the distinguish like, okay, here's how we get actually views, leads. We have the views, like the more views we can get, the more people might click. But the best leverage is conversion, because I have a video got 800 views. Like for our small channel with the 70 subscribers, it's like amazing. But we got just 2 clicks. And we have this other podcast masterclass. Our first video got 200 views, but 20 clicks. So it's like, okay, the conversion is much easier to work on. And especially in business, I always say as well, like, it's much easier finding it's harder to go like viral in the business area, in the business niche. It's just like B2B is much harder to go viral. So why not just working on these videos where I know, hey, masterclass, podcasting, deep dives, those work very well. I can tell from podcasting, our client, he did a Q&A. It was basically our money printer. It just had 500 views. 15 people went on the website. They have a conversion rate of 20 to 30%. So almost 3 clients came out of a episode with 500 views. It's nothing viral. And he has other videos. They have like 1,000 views with guests and 2,000 views, and almost the same amount or even less people clicked. So that's why it's always also very, very important. So that's what I would do. So as I said, like some topics are just like super top of the funnel, and it's like sometimes you say, okay, you know what? today I just want to get views. I want to get eyeballs, because like we always usually say it's like an 80 to 20 approach. 80% where we go like, okay, we go for leads, and 20% let's try things different. Let's try to get some eyeballs, because like, yeah, sometimes we just want maybe to get a little bit push of the algorithm, and that's then our whole strategy. Inside our private community with over 50 entrepreneurs, you'll find everything we use to help Chris. Tools, frameworks, feedback, and yes, even access to your own YouTube audit. If you're ready to turn your content into a real sales asset, that's your next step. See you inside.